We got the last of the food over there. First and foremost, my name is Coach Matt. Thank you to the senior parents for providing dinner. Thank you for all of you for coming through and just kind of hanging out. And then to the boys, one last pregame dinner and hang out with the senior class here. We're pretty much here to celebrate seniors, obviously, and things. Tomorrow's senior night. They're wrapping up what has been, for lack of a better description, pretty much like a historic moment here at our school at Decatur High School. Way back when, all the way going back to, I don't know, January 7th, I think is when we started back at 4:45 in the morning and things. We had kind of got things started and our off-season program starts, and it starts early, and it does. It's a lot. We ask a lot of them. But way back in those moments in early January, as there's, anywhere from 15 to 22, 23 kids who decided that they wanted to get up at 4:45 in the morning, or that it was important enough anyway for them to do it and be there for this moment here. And when we talked about it way back then, we set some goals back then that seemed, honestly, like just standard ho-hum, these are things that we play for. We have to play for something. This is what we're going to do and things. And so way back then in the dark of the weight room, we set goals of being city champions. We set goals of being league champions. We set goals of being the first team to hang a banner in our gym for our football program. And that was it. Really didn't mention it again until probably mid-March and stuff, when we start to get check-ins and the boys start to kind of see the fruits of the work that they put in. We revisit it again, and then we revisit it again in May, at the end of May, when we start spring ball in June and May. And then as summer goes, we just kind of come back to it, and it's just something that's always been there. And even in kind of our best iterations of what the season could have been, I don't think we ever thought it would be this and stuff, right? We just knew that we wanted to have a chance to do this or to win the league championship, and we wanted to be in a position to win the city championship. And yet, they've gone far and above that. They've answered every call and every challenge that's been put in front of us. And honestly, some of them not even of our own creation and things. Like scheduling was not in our favor. It was the issue right from the very jump when they gave it to us back in February. We fussed about it, complained about it. We wrote emails about it, and had the AD banging his door down about it, and the league commissioner about it, and still nothing changed for us. And so it's been a challenge and things, but to their credit, they've set the bar really, really high as we go forward in our program. And for all the young guys who are here and who will be coming back next year and carrying this thing forward, the standard's been set. It's pretty far up there and things. And the truth is that that's how it's supposed to be and things, right? It's not supposed to be lowered because we don't have, we don't feel like we have the guys that can get there. The standard is the standard, and whether we get there or not, that doesn't change and things. And so it's been a heck of a job by these guys. There's been a lot of football played at this table and things. A lot of plays have been played. A lot of time and energy has been put out in that field, down here under the gym in the weight room, by a lot of these kids who've been here for 4 years, 3 years. We have some guys who just are brand new to the program and stuff, and got here in the last year, and who also bought in completely to what we've asked them to do. So I can't be more grateful for a group of kids, and I feel like I say that every year because every group of seniors is special, and every group of seniors, if you've been here for more than 2 years, our program is very unlike a lot of programs and things, right? We ask a lot of things from our kids, and honestly, some of them probably are maybe we ask too much in some points and things, and yet they just keep showing up. They keep showing up, and it makes it a lot easier to pitch it to the young guys and to talk to the young guys about this is the way and the process of how we do this and how we get there, when I have 16 guys who have done it for multiple years, and who have kind of gone through the process and through the evolution of who they were as 9th graders and 10th graders to when they entered our program and who they are now. Even the guys who showed up, this year, and guys who've been a part of the program for the 1 year, who they were when I met them in December and February when they got here, to who they are now, through the course of workouts, through the course of study, through the course of just constant fussing and things. They're entirely different people as football players, entirely different people as teammates, and honestly, I couldn't be prouder of any of them. So I'm going to give them a chance, and we're just going to kind of get this out of the way. Now, we're only going to do this we're going to do this a little differently, because what I found out last year from last year's senior class is that if you just let them go all the way down the line, they're just going to summarize the person next to them stuff and kind of go through there and stuff, right? Instead of just kind of putting their own original thing out there. So we'll do half of these guys now, and then we'll get some food, and then we'll come back through and talk a little bit about tomorrow as well, senior night, and what that's going to look like for us. And then we'll do the second half, and then we'll get out of here. Again, to the parents, huge thank you, especially for the parents of guys who've been here multiple years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, and things. And even to the ones who trust us enough to bring their kids here and finish out their high school career with us. We're hugely grateful for the trust that you put into us and that you give us to do right by your kid. One of the things that is very, very serious to me is that, the time that we spend with them isn't just fun and games. We want them to take things away from there, and we want them to be able to be better sons and be better siblings and be better brothers and grandsons and friends and classmates and teammates. Those are real things for us and stuff. And so, it doesn't always work the way we want it to all the time, because they're kids and they're growing and they make mistakes and things, but we want them to be able to consistently get up when they do make mistakes, not shy away from the consequences of any decisions they make, and more than anything, learn from those things and move forward and stuff as they build kind of the best lives for themselves that they can and things. So we're super proud of all of them and things. You guys want to start on that side or this side? That side? Okay. All right, so basically start at the end of the table. And all you gotta do is just introduce yourself, how many years you've been part of the program, and again, some of this will get read out tomorrow as well, how many years you've been part of the program, and just kind of whatever you want to say about the program and about your time in the program.
My name is George Martinez. I've been with the program for 4 years, and something I love about the program is brotherhood and how we treat each other like family.
Louder. Louder.
This is my second year of the program, and I would say I really enjoy these type of guys. These guys are, I'd say, it's a family, and yes,
Special all the way. I've been part of the program for 4 years, and I really appreciate the time that everybody puts in, the commitment everybody makes, the coaches, all those players, put a lot of effort and time into this.
my name is Ben Farrell. I've been with the program for 4 years, and what I appreciate about our program is the friendship and camaraderie. I don't know, I think we're really funny, and it helps get through one's end, so yeah, it's fun.
My name is Andrew Zotes. I've been here for 3.5 years, and these guys kind of changed my life. Yeah, I mean, it's a family, and I don't know where I'll be. I'm Matt Tyler. I've been a part of the program for 4 years now, and one thing I want to do is just kind of thank the parents for kind of always showing up for us, even when we knew we were going to go out there and lose by 60. And I just want to tell the young guys, man, to just stay, bro. You guys are going to be good. I'd hate to see the program decline after we leave, so just stay. Stick together.
My name is Taylor Harpoon. Something I love about the program is how welcoming we are. I played for 3 years.
touched on it, but I don't really know what I'm gonna say. Last year, I was sitting on your guys' side, and I was kind of just sitting there thinking, like, what am I gonna say next year? I don't really know what to say, but I can say though that I have a lot of appreciation and gratitude for the boys right here, the boys over there, and you guys. Like Maddox said, you guys watched us get beat 50-0 and cheered the same when we were winning 50-0. Young guys, you guys come to practice every day, and even if you're getting put on your butt or you're making plays, you're always showing up. And these guys, I appreciate you guys showing up every day. Nehemiah, Maddox getting me up at 4 in the morning, like, come on, TC, let's go. Jalen cheering me on, D-line, Spencer, calling plays and don't spend their hands. But no, I just really appreciate it. And like to the parents, like I said, I can't even express enough because you guys could have transferred your kids, you guys could have took them to other schools, you guys could have just had them not play football. But I mean, like Will said too, this is a family, and like I look forward to school, I look forward to practice, I look forward to hanging out. I mean, these boys invite me to church, to their family birthday parties. Like it's so much more than football. And to you guys, that's all I can really say is it's so much more than football. You guys need to remember that as going forward. That's the one thing that I hope that we left with you guys. It's a family, and it's so much more than football. You gotta keep that. So, yeah, that's all.
My name is Decatur Gators, and I've been in the program for 2 years. And one thing I love about these programs is the way we have each other's back. They're always there for. We're always here for one another. Yeah.
My name is Jared Fernata. I've been a part of the program for 4 years. And the thing I appreciate about this team is the brotherhood and how they support me and everything. And get me through the best I can do.
Hey, my name is Wes Caretti. I've been in the program for the last 4 years. I really appreciate this whole group, this whole family, from us as teammates to the coaches. Like, I can really appreciate the coaches for trying to build what we are, for bettering us as kids, to growing us into adulthood. Shout out all the coaches. Shout out Uso, free to Us. And shout out Uncle Matt. Shout out Cook, Clay. Shout out Green, Kobe, and shout out Rome too.
My name is Thomas Riggins. I've been with the program for 1 year. One thing with the program I take away is just the coaches and all the players just always just like pushing us up together. Always just keep going forward, even through like science practices and stuff.
My name is Sam Corbett. I've been in the program 3 years. I mean, I went through battle with these guys, even though I wasn't here when you guys was losing by 70 to Dorian. He's a tight end. But I love these guys, man. No matter how much I say I don't mess with you guys or how much I say I don't like you guys know I love you guys. This is a brotherhood, and shout out my DB coach. I mean, I love you, bro, but you know, love, hate, but I love you the most. And go Gators.
My name is Nehemiah Washington. I've been in the program for 4 years. Something I take out the program is being able to put the work in with my brothers. Allow them to have my back through some hard times, and I can't appreciate them more, treating me like them.
Yep.
My name is Sheffield Pai. I've been in the program for 1 year. One thing I appreciate is right when I came in, they welcomed me with open arms, treated me like a brother, and yeah, God is good.
My name is Nick Leoso. I appreciate every one of you guys. You know, I'm a Catholic, so I love all you guys. But I would say don't take this for granted, because yeah, I can't believe you're seeing us tomorrow. And stick together.
But for your taco, no more? No? And then you gotta go here. Yeah, go right
I already finished all my food. It's all gone. All gone.
Second round.
I will.
Hey, get my sister in here. Feel me? It's just memories. Memories.
Memory Shots by Omaha?
Shots by Omaha.
All right, man. You okay?
Hey, you guys need to learn, young ones. Thank you.
On behalf of the coaches, the players, and the team, seniors included. Before we get out of here, we'll talk a little bit about senior night tomorrow. And then before we leave, the seniors will get a picture over here with the situation on the stage over there. And things. So we'll take a picture over there and just kind of get a picture. And then, my bad. And then afterward, and before that, we'll let the coaches kind of say what they need to say. Just about like obviously the seniors, but also just kind of like the moment and stuff. It's been a long ride to get here. A lot of hours, a lot of practices, a lot of hollering and fussing at kids, a lot of bad words, a lot of good words and things. But it's been an adventure to get here, and I think one of the things that that I think I always appreciate about the team is that when it's all said and done, for all the things that we share with you as families, with the school as supporters, and then obviously with the other families and people who come watch the games, much of the season is going to be like about things that like we've experienced together, kind of away from the spotlight, and having gone through that process of trying to figure out, well, who are we and stuff. Who are we as a team? Who are we as a program? And where does that fit in trying to make and solve problems week to week and things? And those are things that like we'll never really be able to explain fully to people who weren't there and stuff. And so I think there's always going to be a part of me that as a coach that will appreciate that part about it, because like I told them last week, right, after we won the league championship, even though it felt like we didn't finish it the way we wanted to, and we definitely did not finish that game the way we wanted to. But the only people who thought that was possible were on that field in that circle, or on this team and stuff, right? Because I have plenty of people in my family who just like laugh about whatever I tell them we're going to do, because you know, we've come from where we come from and things, and they know Decatur for how they know Decatur and things. But it really was a moment in that space where it was like, yo, man, like I knew, we talk about it all the time, but I also knew it to be 100% true that nobody else outside of that circle thought that we could win except for Ben Ray and stuff, right? Ben Ray's the guy who writes for one of the papers. He's also a graduate of here. He was here when I started teaching here. Young dude, still probably has his Decatur jumpsuit somewhere and things. But he's really the only other person who had kind of this like irrational confidence and belief that this was possible and things. So I'm gonna have the coaches kind of like come up, introduce themselves, number one, because I think it's important that you understand who it is that's out here really like pouring life into your kids first and foremost. But also, I think you should also understand that like our staff is pretty good, and our staff is puts in a lot of hours. And I think Colvin just left, right? Colvin just left. Our staff put in a lot of hours and stuff, and we are probably one of the more inexperienced staffs in the league, probably the least inexperienced staff in the league, honestly. When you think about all these coaches who have, in these schools who have 20 people on their staff, and they've all coached for 15 years apiece or whatever. And things. I've done this for 7 years. This is the only place I've ever done it. I've never had any other job as a coach and things. You know, I have guys, these guys have more experience than I do and things. And yet, I've gone out of my way and tried to put together the best staff for our team. And honestly, as much as like our staff busses with the kids, and as much as like you know there can be issues at times, I believe wholeheartedly like our staff is the perfect staff for our kids, what they need and stuff, and how it needs to be delivered and things. So I'm gonna have some of them introduce themselves that are here, and then again, Colvin left, so we'll get to him later and things. But Colvin runs the offense. I'll talk about him afterwards. So I'll get Clay, Green, and Cook up here.
Guys, come stand behind here.
I'm Coach Green. First and foremost, okay, this is about the seniors, so I wanted to show my gratitude and thankfulness for them. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the parents. Without you guys getting them here and taking them there, we're really just an extension of you all. And like Coach Matt said, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into this, pouring into your young men here, trying to develop them. And this senior class, to Maddox's point, to stay in it, right? Trust the process, okay? The success you guys are just experiencing this year isn't because of just this year. It's because of all the work you put in the morning, in the afternoons, watching film, getting fussed at, making mistakes, fixing those mistakes. That's all part of the process. Part of why most of us coaches coach is because football mirrors life in a lot of ways. And I think, you know, I don't want to speak for everyone, but a lot of us owe football a lot to shaping who we are today. Me personally as a coach, I'm a challenger. Okay? It's a love, I don't hate you, but it's a love. And maybe I'm getting that, you know, you're behind here and there, but the reason why is because, again, life is going to be like that. Okay? Life, you're going to have challenges. You can do everything right, okay, and still not get the desired results, or not have success. How do you respond to that? How do you respond to challenges? How do you respond when things aren't going your way? And I think just through watching, if you've watched all of our games this season, you've seen this team and this group of seniors especially answer the call every time. And you know, the last thing I want to say is, you know, through all that work and all that stuff, sometimes you forget the lessons you teach. And just sitting down listening to all these young men speak, I'm assured that they are listening. Okay, some of the things they're saying are definitely things that have stuck with them. Sometimes you don't always see that in the day-to-day, but it's good to just sit down and listen to the young man speak. And you know, like again, I thank you guys because you guys, we put you through it. Okay, we put you through it, but you thrive and you get through it together. So that's all we can ask. Thank you for everything, and let's finish this year strong.
So I've been coaching for about 10 years. So I was here when Matt came on, volunteered, and he took over the following year. They've touched on everything. So again, thank you guys. Seniors, congratulations. Thank you all for trusting the process and getting us to this point. I remember when Matt first started and Sharon was a freshman and we played Beamer and got beat 70-0 and they could have beat us 100-0. But still just telling them, and even Terry as a freshman, I'm like, hey, you gotta go through it. You know, those guys are bigger and stronger than you, but you just keep working at it. You're gonna get better. Each year they took that next step. Sophomore year they got a little bit better. Then we had the year last year where they finally started to put it together. So I just want to reiterate, trust the process. It's going to take time. Nothing's going to happen overnight. We didn't just get here just because it just happened all of a sudden. These boys have put in the work, like Coach Matt said, coming in the workouts, doing everything necessary to get them in this position. Young guys understand that, so if you're not doing something in the winter, you should be in the weight room. You should do something, because I'm not one to say just do one sport. I think it's good that, you know, the boys are multi-sport athletes, do more than one thing, but if you're not going to do anything, get in the weight room, and when the time comes, when your seasons are over, you guys need to get there, because you now know that the weight room, you gotta hit the weights. So trust the process. For the young guys, it's very important that you stay together, because again, most of these guys up here have been together for 3 or 4 years. They've been through it. Hopefully we're taking off in the right direction now, so we won't have to, you know, struggle as much anymore. But there will be difficulties. And to Coach Green's point, even in those losing seasons, I think there were still learning moments. And so again, they persevered, and here we are celebrating them for doing something that has never been done in the 30-something year history of the school. So congratulations, guys. Go Gators!
Coach Cook, they kind of took everything I was going to say, so this is off the top for real. But first, I'd like to say congratulations to the seniors. Everything that you guys have gotten, you earned and you worked for. Couldn't be more proud of you all. Just for, I mean, when I first met some of you, it was standing across the sideline playing you, and then, you know, I walked into a Monday game and I watched you guys, you know, run up the score, and I'm just like, man, these guys are just playing. They're like, no, we're all freshmen. I was like, oh shit, these guys are gonna be good. And when I got here, you know, it was that, you know, kind of what y'all spoke to, and what stood out to me was the brotherhood, was the family. And when I came on staff, I was treated like family. And I mean, by the coaching staff and by each and every one of you. And so I thank you for just welcoming me in. I thank you for allowing me to be your coach. I thank you, parents, for just everything you do for them. You know, these are a unique group of guys growing up in a unique time in this world. And you know, it's not always easy to navigate. It's not always easy to coach through. It's not always to parent through or teach through. But they're resilient, you know, and they've overcome so many different obstacles just throughout their journey here. And so I just believe with this resilience and with the lesson that you guys learned and the relationship that y'all made, the future is bright for you all. It's really bright. And I just encourage you all to maintain these relationships. You know, you guys are gonna be having conversations in libraries 10 years from now, say libraries, not bars, in libraries, working on building businesses, working on changing the world, working on saving the economy. You guys are gonna be doing World War things, and you guys are gonna relate right back to these moments that you have built, created, and maintained with each other. So just keep doing that. Parents, keep encouraging them. They're big dreamers. They are, you know, y'all probably know better than us how annoying they are. But it's for a good reason. They teach me so much. They keep me fresh. They keep me on my toes, and they really make us watch what we have to say and how we say it, or they're gonna let us know via their own way. So just again, congratulations. Finish the job tomorrow, and you guys already heard this earlier. Go take care of business, and we'll celebrate again at the banquet.
I appreciate the coaches for coming through. And just being able to speak their piece as well. I think before we get out of here, the one thing that I owe all these kids, and even just the team in general, you've heard it throughout the night, is that family is a super big deal to me. It always has been. It's been central to my life. It's a huge deal, right? And so it's kind of cool to hear it kind of permeate a part of my life that was a big part to my family's life and things. And so, yeah, I knew this was gonna come because I owe it to them to say thank you, right? 2 years ago, 2 years ago, my mom died. Right, she died unexpectedly. Tuesday, October 11th, she died, and these boys will never know, right? And I can't even put it into words. The seniors, last year's seniors, were part of that team. I think most of these guys have been freshmen at that point, and things. But I can't clearly articulate and really like strongly articulate enough like how much they carried me through. Because I've never lost a parent and things. That was the first time that's happened to me, and it's going to happen to everybody. Obviously, it does. For some of you, you've already crossed that bridge and things. And it was like being so unexpected. It was a terrible moment. And as someone who's the oldest sibling in my family, there's a lot to shoulder that comes with that, right? And so I just kind of like, there were times where like tomorrow never seemed like it was going to get here. And in those moments when I didn't know what to do, I didn't want to listen to anybody else tell me like, how she was in a better place, how God had a plan and this, that, and the other. The only thing I could think to do was like go to what it is that she loved the most. And honestly, there were times where it felt like she loved these kids more than me and stuff, because I would show up at a fence after every game, after yelling at these kids on the sideline or after fussing at them during the game, whether we won or lost, and we lost most of those games. I would show up to the sideline, and she would fuss at me and tell me like, "Hey, you need to stop yelling at the kids like that. Don't talk to them that way. Like you're not helping them out and stuff. They need you to encourage them." And I'm just sitting there, and my mom loved football. Like it was a huge part of our lives growing up. And I just remember asking her at times like, "Well, I mean, you watch the game. Like, what do you want me to do?" And things. And so she would always kind of tell me to like be more positive, be more encouraging, and things like that. And when she left, the only thing I could think to was to go to them, right? And so, I mean, there's times where you don't want to wake up. There's times where you don't want to get out of bed, and things. And like for those, I remember going to practice the next day because I didn't know what else to do and things once we were done. And all I could think of when I got to practice was just kind of like just being there was helpful. But as the season went on, and like nothing was going well that season, right? I think that week we played Kentwood. I showed up to the Kentwood game and like watched my nephew who plays for Kentwood destroy everything about our team's confidence, single-handedly. And I just remember like when the game was over, like not having anything to say to them and things, and not having anything to say to anybody. And yet I knew that on Monday there was no option but to come back to it and stuff, right? Because it was a place of peace and things for me and things, because it was a place of love for her and things. And so in those darkest moments 2 years ago, these boys are what got me through and stuff. So if you were part of that team and all you guys were, I could never say thank you enough. Never say thank you enough. And even if I did, it still wouldn't be enough and things. So just know that like at the end of the day, man, football and family have been central to our program. It will always be central to our program. And the reality is this, right? Having been around other programs and having family and all kinds of other programs, that's not the case everywhere. That's not. And and you built that, right? As much as I talk about it, as much as I try to like model how I approach things after it, the reality is that you guys built that for each other and things. And all we did was just help God and stuff. So I'm super proud of you guys, man. Not even for the football stuff, for everything outside the football stuff. I look at each and every one of you and I think to myself, like, I can think of one distinct thing that I want to just punch you in the face for right now and things, right? But I can think of 35 different things in between that before I ever get to another thing that annoys me and stuff, of why I'm proud of you, of plays that you've made, of things that you've done, not even on the football field, in the classroom, in the locker room, off the football field out here and things, right? A lot of you guys have grown up as people and as teammates, and it's been amazing to watch. So forevermore, as you go forward, wherever football takes you and things, just know that at the end of the day, man, I'll always be grateful for the time that we've spent and the time that we've had you and stuff. So I just want to make sure I get that out to y'all. before we get out of here for tomorrow, senior night. Senior night's going to happen after the game and things. We are going to essentially, as we kind of like get the clock down and, you know, whatever the score ends up being, 60-0, 50-0, whatever, and things, right? But as we get down to those moments where we're closing that game out, you'll be gathered as families to be kind of brought down to the field over by the fence that we come out of in the locker room. So it's just underneath to the left of the stands and things. The principals will be there and there'll be admin everywhere and stuff, but they'll help kind of direct you and things, you know, and split you up into groups and things. I'll have a list, or Jenks will have a list that'll order you up by introduction and stuff. And so the cheerleader will go first. There's only one cheerleader, so the cheerleader will go first, and then we'll have the list of everybody, of the 16 of these guys. We're good at cutting the posters and giving them the posters. The posters that you've seen that we made for the kids, for the seniors that stand on those PVC stands, we're gonna clip those and give them to you so that you can walk out with them. Someone in your family can hold it as we introduce and read the bios for the young guys. And then you'll walk out to the field, basically, right where the sideline and the track meet. And you'll meet your player there, or you'll walk with your player there and then kind of do whatever it is. And we'll line up. Jenks will kind of help line up that way. There's a lot of us and stuff. So you can imagine this on the field with space and families in between. It'll be a pretty, if I had to imagine, if I had to guess, I'd say probably 10, maybe goal line to about the 50 is probably how it'll spread out in terms of distance. So it'll be a pretty big chunk of the field. They ask that you don't bring like anything that can explode and stuff. Last year, a lot of issues last year because my family does not listen to anybody and stuff, and Jonah was a senior, and they was just like, we're gonna blow up the things that we're gonna blow up and stuff. And so got a lot of yelling at about that. But you know what? Like I told them, and my family's right there. You got a problem? Go say something and things. And the track was new last year. It's just a lot of stuff. I would say, and I would ask you that please honor that part of it, because whatever's like on the field, we'll clean up ourselves as a team. Picking up confetti out of the track and the dirt and the turf and stuff and things. So they'd ask that you don't bring confetti cannons, silly string, those kind of things and stuff. But a sign, balloons, lays or ulas and stuff like that are fine and things. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything right off the top. Am I forgetting anything off the top? Yeah, you can have like the gifts and stuff. Yeah. They ask that like just none of the stuff gets opened on the field. Like if you have like say one of the boys has like a lei made out of cheeseburgers and stuff, that's been known to happen and things. I had one at college because it was a graduation ceremony and my sisters made one out of cheeseburgers. Don't eat the cheeseburger on the field. Wait till you get back up into the stands and stuff is what they ask. They really are just looking to keep the field as clean as possible because we have to clean it up when we're done. All right. I think that's kind of the long and the short of it. Tomorrow, all the seniors will be captains and things, so you're going to go out as captains together. The senior class will be the tunnel, so like just the regular students and stuff will be the tunnel that you run out of and stuff tomorrow for captains and things like that. So all 16 of you go out. The normal like 5 or normal 4 will go to the center and handle speaking stuff and things. Again, it's tomorrow's about you guys, man. Tomorrow's about you guys, and as a team, tomorrow's about us and things. It's not about Beamer. It's not about anything else other than you getting another opportunity to go make a statement, right? And again, we make jokes and we laugh about this, that, and the other, and kind of like opponents and stuff sometimes. And the one thing I do appreciate is that like when it comes to it, we've always taken everybody seriously. Tomorrow cannot be any different. You go out there, you respect the opponent, and you handle business right out the gate, all right? And so that's kind of where we're at and stuff. So, are there any questions right now about senior night?
Nehemiah's dad wanted to know if he could bring his portable heater at the stadium.
I don't really know, honestly, I'll find out. But I mean, I think so. If it's cold, right? It's cold. I know I don't get cold like that, but it's cold. It's
The vinyl signs, you guys will get them to take the pictures and do whatever, and then I want them back if that's okay, so that we can display them for the rest of our games, and then you'll get them back at the banquet.
Yes. Yeah, my bad. I forgot to mention that. Ms. Clay mentioned that the purple signs, the senior posters, you'll get them to walk with and kind of like head out with during the ceremony. And then after the ceremony, we'd like to get those back because we're going to put them back on the displays for whatever playoff games we play in going forward. After tomorrow, it's play till you lose. And we're going to take as big a swing as we can and do our very best to end our season at Husky Stadium on December 6th. So, any other questions out there? Everybody okay? All right, man. Thank you all very much for coming through. If you do have questions, please let me know. Seniors, you're over here with the big heads. Who that?